Welcome to Season 2 of the Shekina Meditation Podcast, created by community members and friends of Shekina Garden in Pai, Thailand. Shekina communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekinacommunity.com. Hi there, friends. This is Raea. It is Season 2, Episode 78 of the podcast. And somehow December completely got away from us, and I'm finally back recording this intro for you. So I'm very excited about the year ahead and all the meditations that we have in front of us, and I hope you enjoy this one. So as always, and more than ever before, our patrons are supporting this podcast. We're so thankful for this robust little group of people that have come together, and we are raising money to keep our community running. That's kind of how we do things here, where we put all our money together and then we make it happen. And this helps us keep our community free for spiritual seekers and travelers, people to come. It's very rare to find free things here in Pai, and it's one of the things that helps keep everything we do at Shekina free. You can find us at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast, and you can find ways to support us there. We are looking for another group of people to come and help us there. We're not at our budget yet for the month, so we're hoping to keep growing that little community. Another way that you can support us is by rating or reviewing us on iTunes or on Spotify, or sharing in some other way. So that could be on Instagram or Facebook. Could be with your friends and families, could be with your neighbors, whoever it is that you think might like to meditate along with us. Or you can also hit like and subscribe on YouTube. That's another really easy way to support us. And when you do that, we know that you appreciate that we put it into the world. So thank you so much. Today's episode is Lectio Divina on Psalm 146, verses 3-9, with me, Raea. So I will offer some exercises to help you find quiet readiness for meditation. This is just a moment of stilling your breath, you're looking into your body, finding ways to just bring your mind into quiet. And sometimes we do that just through a series of exercises, and it helps a lot to prepare us for meditation. And then I'll be guiding you through the verses with plenty of space for your own contemplation, your own thinking, traveling with these verses. And then third, we recommend that you spend some time processing your meditation. So we do that often where we are in a circle. We meditate with a group and we pass a talking stick around the circle, listening to each person without criticism or comment, just hearing from their experience of that day. This is really a great way to process this last part of the meditation together. But if you're on your own, writing down a few notes in a journal can be wonderful. Making a voice note can be wonderful. Just going for a little walk and thinking over what happened for you is great. Just find a way to process it. It will help to connect it to the rest of your life. Let's begin. So let's begin with posture today. So just really taking a moment to stretch out any, little sore muscles or kinks that you might have in your shoulders, your back, and feel that really nice, strong seat beneath you, foundation, and then the way your spine lifts up and the crown of your head can kind of rise. Just all of you sitting tall with strength. And as we do the meditation, you're welcome to change position. You don't have to stay in this position. You can move around if you need to, but it's nice to start in this kind of intentional way. And as you feel your spine holding you and your muscles strengthening you, also begin to become aware of your breath. Just the gentle rising and falling of your chest. This gentle air that enters your lungs and then empties. This life-giving, everyday, constant rhythm. Imagine following it all the way. It's with your mind, witnessing as it travels through your mouth, into your lungs, and then all the way back out, mixes with the air around you. Become aware of your sense of touch. What different sensations are you experiencing now? Take note of where you are connected to the ground beneath you. Here on the surface of your skin, how the air is touching you. Anything with the sensation of touch in your body. Bring your awareness to your sense of hearing now. Today we have a mixture of human sounds, man-made sounds, and the sounds of nature around us. It's very likely that they will switch place in their loudness, in their volume throughout the meditation. You can take some time to play with the sounds around you, noticing which ones stand out to you, maybe finding when to try to follow it with your mind, listening for the farthest sound. Take some time to become aware of sound. What is the very closest sound to you? Can you notice any sounds traveling and see if you can follow them? As we meditate, you can use sound to help you in your meditation. So it can bring you back if you feel distracted. It can remind you of what you're doing. You can use it, try to picture it while you meditate. It can be a guide for you in meditation. And take a moment to become aware of the thoughts that are going through your mind. Perhaps imagining them as leaves that are floating on a stream at your feet. As you see a thought, you can watch it pass by. Perhaps there are things you're doing later today or things that have already happened. Whatever is coming to your mind, just see it flowing by.
begin to follow the thoughts and the stream, walking alongside it, noticing how they move, flow with the water until they empty into a quiet pool, maybe a little pond. Maybe it's in a grove of trees or somewhere very still, very quiet. Suddenly the water is calm. This place is your place of focus, and it's your place to sit with the divine presence that's here. We are not alone here. You have been invited here. This is a place of love. This place is for you. If you feel comfortable in your mind, you can offer a few words of invitation or welcome, prayer, or simply intention. I think mine will be, just meet me here. Meditation is a practice, and it's something that changes over time, and every time is not the same. And the act of becoming distracted and then bringing our minds back is the act of learning to meditate. So this is normal, this is part of it. This is the muscle that we are working on, is bringing ourselves back again and again. Do not be discouraged. If you find your mind wandering, just come back. It's fine. You can maybe imagine the pool of water again. You could follow the sounds and come back to focus. Today's meditation is Lectio Divina, which means divine reading. These words come from the ancient Hebrew scriptures. This one is from about 3,000 years ago. This is Psalm 146. I'm going to read the words 3 times, and for the first reading, allow them to kind of wash over you or flow by you. And feel free to really see them, play with them, but just allow them to go by. If anything piques your curiosity, you can return to it later. And now we are just having a first go through the words, letting them flow by. From Psalm 146. Don't put your confidence in powerful people. There is no help for you there. When they breathe their last, they return to the earth, and all their plans die with them. But joyful are those who have the God of Jacob as their helper, whose hope is in the Lord their God. He made heaven and earth, the sea and everything in them. He keeps every promise forever. He gives justice to the oppressed and food to the hungry. The Lord frees the prisoners. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord lifts up those who are weighed down. The Lord loves the godly. The Lord protects the foreigners among us. He cares for the orphans and widows, but he frustrates the plans of the wicked. For the second reading, I will give a lot of space in between the verses. So this is the time that you can play even more with these words. Imagine what they look like. Imagine their sounds. Imagine their meanings. Think about them. Ask yourself questions. What does it mean? And if any words really stand out to you, just spend a little more time with them. Don't put your confidence in powerful people. There is no help for you there. When they breathe their last, they return to the earth, and all their plans die with them. But joyful are those who have the God of Jacob as their helper, whose hope is in the Lord their God. He made heaven and earth, the sea and everything in them. He keeps every promise forever. He gives justice to the oppressed and food to the hungry. The Lord frees prisoners. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord lifts up those who are weighed down. The Lord loves the godly. The Lord protects the foreigners among us. He cares for the orphans and widows, but he frustrates the plans of the wicked. For the third reading, you might really imagine the ancientness of these words, just how long ago they were written. 3,000 years ago. Instead of thinking of them as anything that you've ever known about these words, that they are bigger and older and from an entirely different context than our modern world. The word that's translated as the Lord is the word Yahweh, or I am, the name that the Creator gave himself, which was I am that I am. I can't be defined in any other way. I'll read through the words and imagine them again outside of the context of your normal life and in this very old, very big, very ancient way. And also if there's anything that you feel like you want to keep with you from these words today, any thoughts, any emotion, or just a single word or a single feeling that you had during meditation, maybe sort of reinforce that, or imagine putting it in your pocket or tucking it into your bag to carry with you. Don't put your confidence in powerful people. There is no help for you there. When they breathe their last, they return to the earth, and all their plans die with them. But joyful are those who have the God of Jacob as their helper, whose hope is in the Lord their God. He made heaven and earth, the sea, and everything in them. He keeps every promise forever. He gives justice to the oppressed and food to the hungry. The Lord frees the prisoners. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord lifts up those who are weighed down. The Lord loves the godly. The Lord protects the foreigners among us. He cares for the orphans and widows, but he frustrates the plans of the wicked. Return to your breath. Become aware of the sensations in your body again and the people around you. When you're ready, come back to the space for the next part of our meditation, which is the sharing circle.
Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinacommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you.